everybody, it's Emily at Arc Schooling. Happy October! Let's talk about my TBR. So I haven't done one of these in a while, just because the majority of my reading was for work, and I didn't want to talk about that as much. It's not as exciting. I don't know. For whatever reason, I just haven't filmed TBR in a long time, but I'm currently on vacation, sort of. Vacation. It's not really vacation. I'm still working. I'm just not working on any big projects. But I have some time to read some fun things. And it's October, which is like my favorite reading month of the whole year. So I thought it'd be fun to just kind of chat about what I'm reading. Before I get into it, I also want to say I'm making an attempt at something. Will I actually do this? I guess we'll see. I'm telling you about it here because then I have some motivation, because now you're aware. I'm gonna try to do like weekly vlogs in October because I enjoy vlogging. I just never get around to doing it. But I also feel like I have to have a reason, like a purpose for the vlog. And so I thought maybe I'll do like spooky reading in October vlog. And so I decided that would be a fun purpose. So will I do more than one? I don't know, but we'll see. My intent is that each week of October I will have a vlog sharing my spooky reading and movie watching with you guys. So anyway, let's get into this TBR. So I have all kinds of things I want to read this month, lots of spookiness. So first up, I'm still finishing up The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I have to finish this. I was supposed to finish this in September. This is our September ARC book club choice, and it's bleeding into October like always. That always seems to happen to me. The live show for this is October 9th, which is a Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So I need to finish this at the very beginning of October. I'm really liking it so far. I love the way he's like changing just enough detail, but the horror movies he's referencing. I love the whole concept of this book. So I'm about 100 pages in. I'm planning on flying through this in the next few days so that I can wrap this up and move on to this giant stack I have next to me. So if you're reading this too, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope I see you at the live show on October 9th at 6 p.m. I don't think I said that. Okay, our book club selection for October is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I am really excited to pick this up. I bought this ages ago. I think this came out did this come out in 2019 or 2020? Let's see. Nope, this came out in 2020. I had pre-ordered this, so it's been sitting on my shelf for a little over a year. And I'm excited to finally read this. I don't know a lot besides that it has to do with the Salem witch trials, I think, and I don't know. I'm really not sure what this is. Just, I love the concept of women who have this ability and this magic and have this power, and men who are trying to stop them. And I just think this is going to be great. So, hope you guys will read along with me in October, and I'll have the live show at the very beginning of November. A book that I've had on my shelves, probably the longest of anything I'm going to show you in this pile, is Misery by Stephen King. I have owned this book probably a good 20 years, and I've never finished it. I've started it several times. I just never, I don't know what it is. It's just never the right time to read it. But I am determined I'm going to read this book. I've seen the movie. I know the story. I love the movie. So I really, really, really want to read this. I've read so much Stephen King. I just haven't read this. And this is so many people's favorite Stephen King, and I need to read it. So, again, I started it twice in September and did not finish it. I don't know what's wrong with me. So, this is definitely happening. This is priority. I'm going to read this in October. I have The Devil of Nanking by Mo Hader. I've also had this on my shelves for quite a long time, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up. This has to do with someone investigating a murder, but it somehow ties in to the rape of Nanking that happens in China right at the start of World War II. And I've always been fascinated. I'm a morbid person, I know. It's a curse. But I've always been fascinated by this time period and this event specifically. And I really want to read more about it. And I've had this book on my shelves for a long time. I know it's dark. It's like a murder mystery, but it's also like really dark, and it has this underlying like historical element. I'm very interested to read this and see what I think. Another book I've had on my shelves for quite a long time is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I've been wanting to watch this movie for ages. Ages! And I'm like, I won't let myself watch it because I haven't read the book. And I mean, it's short. It's a novella, really. This is under 200 pages, I think, right? Yeah. This is not quite 200 pages, so I know I could read this very quickly. This also hits one of my challenges for the Build Your Library Reading Challenge. This hits the prompt to read about girls in STEM. This is about female scientists going into this weird place and trying to figure out why things are happening. I am fairly certain I bought both of these at the same time because I want to say Katie at Chapter Stacks did a video talking about these two books, and I was like, ooh, and I bought both of them. That was like 4 years ago, so I still haven't read them. I have 3 new releases I want to get to this month. I don't know. Will I get to all 3? I hope so. First up is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. I love Tiffany D. Jackson. She is an auto-buy author for me. Her books are always so interesting and different, and I love the way she twists the plot. Like, her plot twists. She's just a genius. I'm so excited for this. I've been so hyped for it for months. Like, the minute I heard her talking about how she was writing a like haunted house book, I need it. I needed it. So, definitely gonna pick this up. My friend Spencer is telling me that I'm gonna think it's amazing, so I'm gonna trust their opinion. I'm super hyped to read this, so this will definitely happen in October because I need it. I also really, really want to pick up My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I know that Kayla at Books and Lala is reading this month. This is her Literally Dead book club pick for the month, and I've always wanted to join in with her book club, but they're never reading. One, I rarely have time, but 2, she usually has thrillers, which I don't read as much of. But this is a book that I've been super hyped to pick up. And so, because she's reading it, I feel like it's pertinent. It's time. I'm going to try to make the time for it this month. This is a slasher, like an ode to slashers kind of. So it's sort of similar in theme, I think, to the Final Girl Support Group, in that like it's an ode to slasher films. But Stephen Graham Jones takes it on a different path. I really enjoy his writing. Last year I read The Only Good Indians and Night of the Mannequins. The Only Good Indians, I thought the writing was stellar. I really enjoyed that. The story itself kind of went in weird places and it didn't always work for me, but I loved the writing, and so I knew I wanted to read more. And then Night of the Mannequins was like one of my favorite books of the year. It was so good. I still think about it. So I've been dying to read something else from him, and I had this pre-ordered for ages, so I'm really excited to pick it up. These next 3 books are maybes. I have a lot going on right now. There's a lot in my stack. I don't know what I'm actually going to have time to read. We do have a new puppy, which is making things exciting and like taking up a lot of my time. So I don't know. I'm very ambitious with my stack so far, but these 3 books are all things that I would really like to get to if I have the time. First is the Mary Shelley Book Club by Goldie Moldavsky. This sounds really fun. It's about, I think it's in high school. Is this on high school? Yeah, they're at a prep school. And there's this club she wants to join where they make you do these tasks, and they get increasingly more dangerous, and it ties in with Mary Shelley, and I think it sounds fun. This also would fit one of my Build Your Library reading challenges because it's about a game. So excited to find out more about that. Sarah has had this on her shelf for like a year, and I've been like, oh, I need to read this. This is Vampires Never Get Old, Tales with Fresh Bite. This is a collection of stories from various authors. I believe they're all YA authors, and they're all vampire stories. I love vampires. Vampires are one of my favorite like horror things, but it's rarely done well. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm too picky. But I love the concept of vampires, but I almost always hate vampire things. So maybe this will work for me. Maybe something in here will work for me. So I don't know. We'll see what I think of it. And then finally, if I'm gonna get to any of these like maybes, this is the one I'm probably gonna pick up. And that's The Hollow Girl by Hilary Monahan, which has been on my shelves for so long. Like, at least 5 years, I think. This I even have signed. She signed it for me. I have it signed by the author. Like, why have I not read this? This is like a Romani vengeance story, and it sounds awesome. And I really want to read it. I've met Hilary Monahan, obviously she signed it. I follow her on social media, and I've only read one of her books, and I didn't like it that much. So I really want to read something else that's more like horror. I forget which one I read. Dead Little Mean Girl or something like that, which it was just okay. So I really want to read something that's more in the horror vein from her. So this is in my pile. So those are all the books that I might read in the month of October. There's a lot going on in this stack, and I'm super duper excited to pick everything up. I don't know. I haven't had time to, oh my gosh, here. Yeah, I haven't had time to read in a long time, and like, all of a sudden having free time, my brain is like, read all the things. But obviously, one can't really read all the things, but we'll see what I get to. I also plan on watching a lot of scary movies this month. We've already kicked it off because my 12-year-old, she's a dark little thing, and she has been begging me to let her watch real scary movies. So we watched 30 Days of Night, which was my husband's favorite horror movie, and she liked it. She thought it was fine. It's not my favorite. Again, rarely do I enjoy vampire things, but then we watched The Ring, and oh my god, I have unleashed a monster. She is obsessed with The Ring, and that's all she talks about. And she really wants to read the book, watch the Japanese film, see the sequel, and all the things. And I'm just like, I have no idea if any of that is appropriate for her to watch. So I need to do some homework, or I'm probably going to watch the Japanese version of The Ring soon, so I can see if it's something she can watch. She wants me to get the book, so we can. She wants me to read the book to her. I'm not sure about that yet, because I'm like, I don't know what the book is like. I haven't read it. So in addition to that, I'm excited to watch the things. I love scary movies, and like I grew up watching scary movies, slasher, like my brother and I would like try to find the weirdest scary movies at Blockbuster on the weekends, and like we would always pick out these most like random nonsensical things like Troll and Leprechaun, and like, oh, I hated those. But I love slashers, and I love like movies like The Ring, where it's a lot of like weird twisty storytelling and stuff like that. What was that one? Oculus. I loved Oculus. I might let my 12-year-old watch that because it's super weird, and I think it's up her alley. I think she'd like it. So yeah. Lots of scary movies and scary reading. I'm super excited. I'm hoping to actually do the vlogs, and you guys can like follow me around and hang out with me and my puppy and my scary reading and see what we're up to in October. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye.